Well, hello everyone, and welcome to my uncluttered pantry. I can't believe I actually have this room. I can see what I have. There isn't anything in there that's outdated or excessive. And I took stuff out, put it over on my counter so I could take inventory of it and choose what to do with it. And once I did a video of it to share with you, I placed it over in some shopping totes as a temporary storage solution. I have it over on the floor. It'll be there for the next week or two while I go through it. And I'm very happy with the progress that I've made. It has taken a huge weight off my shoulders. And I just love that. It's very inspiring to have a nice little surprise as you go along as a reward for that little bit of work, that little bit of time that you took to improve or take care of your pantry. So stay tuned and I will show you my video of what I have on the counter. So last night after supper, I went through my pantry of all the things I haven't used in, if I couldn't remember the last time I used it, I pulled that item out and I set it on my counter. Because I come up with a plan with if I have it out, and I'm just going to have it out for this week. I'll put it in a couple of boxes. And I'll sit it maybe over on my table there in the corner. See what I can come up with to reduce what's been sitting there. So this is wild rice. I discovered that I use it, but hubby's not a fan of it. So I'm going to mix it with white, like regular rice, just to reduce the ratio. You know, maybe to 50-50, 1-to-1. I do love steel cut oats, but I had another bag of oats over here that I've been using. I opened and completely forgot about this. So these two were together, completely forgot about. So we're going to use that up. I'm going to make maybe some steel cut oat breakfast cookies with it. I have a few ideas for that. I have a little smidge of almond flour. It'll probably go into here. This is ground flaxseed. I do love that. Like having it in the house. Bran as well. I might, yeah, the ground flaxseed. I think I'm going to bring that into the oats, some of that I have there, and I do have protein powder that I like to have in the house for just the days that you want something quick and you're going out the door. But I haven't been doing that lately. It's been there since probably last summer. Yeah, so it'd be best to start using that up. It's good in protein pancakes. It's good in cupcakes or muffins for the kids. So I'm going to do power balls with them. I just finished my third jar of, I had 3 jars of this. I couldn't beat the price on it. It was something like, I think it was like $4 a jar. And it's typically like over $11. So I liked it, went back and got, purchased 2 more jars. To me, that justified buying 3. It's been working really well, having this in protein balls, or if I'm going to do a cookie for the kids, or just a little bit, just to have as a quick snack on crackers. So if I can get through one of these, and then that'll leave me with one going into the spring and the summer. And then I do have these. I had bought them. I'm not really a fan. I thought it would be just a fun way of doing a salad item last year. I had tried it, and yeah, it's just I didn't like the texture or how it worked up, and I'm usually not that fussy, so I am going to cook it up again. And I think if I mix it in a casserole or a soup, spelt, barley, rice, wheat berries, and oats blend as well, that I haven't touched, so I'm going to use that. It'll probably take this week and next week to do it. I have a little bit of unsweetened coconut, cornmeal, and I repackaged this from the kids from their s'mores. They did some really fun s'mores out of, campfires back in October. So I might snip these down, and I might do some kind of a square or something with those in there where I can pop them in. Now, when I was baking over Christmas with the grandchildren, I managed to forget about this one, opened up the new one, and it's like, okay, so there's a small amount in there. I'm not sure how much, but I'm hoping there's enough to use up this bag of beans. Now, this has been sitting here since last spring. I do like the beans, but it tends to be more of my winter thing to make up. I believe there's enough here to use up in there. If not, the other one is open anyways, and I'll just use it. And this is one of the staples I always have and these are all of the staples that I have typically, though this isn't, hanging over for as long as it did. But I always have rice. I always have steel cut oats. I always have regular oats, almond flour. I'll empty this out and wash it. I'll put it downstairs for storage. And I love this container. It was from an almond. Oh, look at that. See, always a deal hunter, right? So I purchased that at a great deal. I kept the container because it's square. It fits in the cupboard nicely. I got a similar container for the quinoa. Oh yeah, I forgot about, so the quinoa flour's there as well, which I do like. That was a repurposed olive container, but again, so they tuck in nicely into our very shallow cupboards here. All our cupboards are shallow, even the ones up here. Yeah, so peanut butter, usually have peanut butter. It's not here because we just purchased that back like in October or November, big one. So we're just working our way through that. But some kind of a nut butter. And then, of course, like the baking supplies. But you start to lose your little bits and pieces when you have too much. And I had too much. It was crammed in there. It always is going into the Christmas season. So it'd be great to use up this big bag of kidney beans. It's a staple I have year round. I go through, always make sure I have minimum one bag going into the winter. I have two, which is nice because that'll carry in through the summer. I like it in soups and all kinds of stuff. And then I will show you what I'll do with it. I do like to make them up and then freeze them in baggies and then just pull them out of the freezer and drop them into whatever I need to use them up in. But look at all this. Look at how much that is. That's a fair amount that I need to go through. It's going to take me, well, especially with the bran, we don't want to use that up this week. That could be disastrous. But typically each recipe I put it in, it's only a cup or two muffins. But I could use it up and freeze it if I choose to.